COVID-19, better known as coronavirus, has spread throughout the world. There are a few ways to help lower the spread of this respiratory disease. Wash your hands. Avoid touching your face, including mouth, nose, and eyes. Cover your coughs and sneezes. Monitor your symptoms and consult with your doctor. Stay at home and away from other sick people except for medical care. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces. For more information, please visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. Thank you.
No chance.
No chance in hell. You
Obvious.
got no chance.
At first, I got so confused because I thought that theme song, was a D-Generation X theme song because it's.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same singer because he sounds the same. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I was confused because I thought I was like, wait a minute, isn't that D-Generation X? Because it sounds the same. It has like the same feel, but two different songs, I guess.
Well, see, the difference is D-Generation. Well, yeah, the difference is D-Generation X is more sexual because the song starts with "Suck it." Vince McMahon is "You got no chance."
Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, are you ready? Suck it.
No, they got good. Hey, I'll give it.
I remember in the 5th grade, I got in trouble for doing the DX symbol to my teacher.
What, you said suck it to your teacher when your teacher gave you like a plus?
Nah, cause I brought my me and my friends. I brought my like wrestling action figures. I wonder what my brother, cause I gave it to my brother as like hand me down, so he was playing with it. I don't know what happened to him, but I had like all my wrestling action figures, and I brought them to school one day. And my teacher, she took them away from me.
Wrestling figures did you have?
I had The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, Triple H, China.
Oh, you got the top notch ones.
Yeah. We even had the ring. Like me and my brother, we had the ring. So I had brought my action figures to school, and then my homeboys, they brought their wrestling action figures to school. So we were like playing wrestling and shit. And my teacher, she took it away from us. So we got mad and we did the sucky. We're like, we did the crotch chop, and then we got in trouble and they called our moms.
Wait, how old were you guys? Elementary? Junior high?
I was like 9 or 10.
Little Anthony doing the suck it sign. That's funny. Suck it. Suck it, Principal Robinson. Suck it.
And at that time, we didn't even know that it meant like, suck our dicks. We just
copying everything.
We just copying like DX. We didn't know the meaning. We didn't know that it actually meant like, suck our dicks. We just thought it was cool because we saw it on wrestling.
Yeah, because it was signature.
Yeah.
Like sign or something. All right. My first figures were Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels and Big Boss Man. Those were the ones I owned. Those were the first. And I also had the ring too. So I only had like 3 wrestlers. So the main event was always Big Boss Man versus the Rock.
The same 3 wrestlers.
Same 3 wrestlers.
My brother and I, we had the wrestling action figures, but then we expanded our universe. So we would have like, The Rock versus we had like the G.I. Joe action figures, so we like The Rock versus like King Cobra.
I had an expanded universe. I started collecting like Power Ranger toys, and like I would like figure out like finishing moves for each character, and then like we would like try to download like their theme songs right online because you can like download it in like and burn into a CD. So we would just like play their like theme song for their.
My cousin, he had the This is to make it sound hella old, but my cousin had the cassette tape of all the wrestling theme songs. So we just played the tape, the cassette tape, and that'll be the interest music.
Yeah, that shit. That's funny. I used to do the same thing with my brother, and my brother would be the audience. And then my brother was funny because like, you know how like every wrestler, every wrestlers have like a story, right? Like a dramatic, because it's a soap opera, right? So I would try to put stories, and my brother would be like, "What? No, how can he betray him? How can Batman betray Big Boss Man like that?"
Yeah, my brother and I, we used to do commentary.
Yeah.
Like I'll be JR, he'll be King.
Yeah, just because you don't. Oh, King. Okay, I thought you were gonna say Cole, but you don't like Cole.
No. I was JR. My brother was King.
Can you do a good JR King, Jared Butler King impression?
I think I could do a better JR.
Okay, let me hear JR.
Okay, my favorite's that match between Undertaker and Mankind when Undertaker threw Mankind off the cage, and he was like, "Oh my god, he killed him. He killed. Somebody stopped the damn match and called the ambulance. He killed for the love of God.
This ain't right, King. This ain't right, JR."
He's like, there's the other one's like, "This ain't right, King. This ain't right, King." It's like, "Mr. McMahon, that son of a bitch." It's like, "Triple H, that son of a bitch, will screw The Rock out of the title. The Rock had the match won. Good God Almighty."
That's cool. So are we starting? So well. Welcome to the Solo Ad. I'm your host with the most, Aubrey, aka Romeo. And if you don't know, now you know. And of course, I'm with my co-host, the Black Tony Stark himself, Mr. Inspector Ant. What's pimpin'?
Well, Inspector Ant's doing pretty good. Inspector Ant says,
You're talking third person now?
Yeah.
So, seems like, because, by high demand, we wanted to, talk about, one of the worst or the best of the, in the wrestling universe.
So we've done, we reviewed the worst Royal Rumble, which was the 1999 Royal Rumble, and we reviewed the worst WrestleMania, which was WrestleMania 2. So somebody had requested that we review King of the Ring, and so to stay on the topic of the worst, we decided to do the worst King of the Ring, which was the 1999. Yeah, the 1999 King of the Ring.
I just like doing that.
No chance.
No bits.
Yeah, 1999. Okay, so I found this article by Kevin Pinota. I think that's his name. I think I said that right. But he's a wrestling critic, and so the WWE, they stopped the King of the Ring in 2002, so they don't do the King of the Ring anymore. And but this guy, this article was written in 2018. So in 2018, this wrestling critic, Kevin Pinota, his job was to go back and retroactively rewatch all 10 King of the Ring pay-per-views. And he said that the 1999 King of the Ring pay-per-view was by far the worst. Yeah. And so his issues with the pay-per-view was that his issue with the pay-per-view was, number one, he hated the quote-unquote higher power storyline. He thought it was stupid back in 1999, and rewatching it is just as stupid now. And then he hated that storyline. He hated the whole storyline of Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon fighting Stone Cold Steve Austin for ownership of the WWF. Because we all know that the McMahons are going to win, because there's no way Stone Cold's going to be the owner of the company. And then he hated.
There's no way Stone Cold's gonna.
And then he hated the fact that he hated, and then he also hated the King of the Ring tournament itself. His complaint was the same complaint that you had, which was all the tournament matches were short because they were trying to fit everything within a 3-hour time period.
Mm-hmm.
But he did say,
Stephanie McMahon probably would have had his hands on that CEO.
Well, I think Stephanie in college at the time or something like that.
Yeah, she was very young, dude. She was a baby. I thought she was like 14 in there. I'm like, what the fuck?
How can you do this to me, Daddy? How can you hurt your own daughter?
I trusted you. You're my own blood.
Yeah, you know, like Vince McMahon has to be fucked up where he, Vince McMahon's fucked up when he lets the Undertaker kidnap his own daughter. Like, there's no telling what Undertaker did to Stephanie when he kidnapped her. He probably raped her or something.
Like, to me, she looked like she was 15, and you got Undertaker, who's like in his like early mid 30s.
Undertaker was 34 at the time.
Like, yeah, mid 30s and something. And it just looks strange because you have this guy who's like half her age, or she's pretty much young enough to be the Undertaker's daughter.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, they're only 10 years apart. Stephanie was 24 at the time.
Was she 24?
Yeah.
Okay,
but she looked young. She looked young.
Yeah, she also acted
she had that baby face.
Yeah. This is way before the plastic surgery and stuff.
It's like, Stephanie, I'll make you mine.
I'll make you my Queen of Darkness.
Yeah, I'll make you the Queen of the Ministry of Darkness.
It's so satanic, that wedding. Like, it's like the most like satanic ritual wedding.
Yeah, I didn't understand, like, why did he get a crucified?
Yeah, right.
And then Paul Bear, rest in peace to Paul Bear, was like, oh yeah, yes, Undertaker.
After you're done with her, like, I think Paul Bear would have been a good minister to marry them. He'd be perfect, actually.
So, Undertaker, when you're done, let me hit it. But yeah. Okay, so we'll start off with the first match. It actually started with the ring tournament, and actually this the first match was Hardcore Holly versus X-Pac, and yeah, again it was. I agree with you. Like, this match was very quick. According to Wikipedia, the match was only 3 minutes long. And what I hated about it. What'd you say?
I even thought it was like 5 minutes, and that was short. But 3 minutes, that's it's like, damn. Like, he did like 3 moves, and that was it.
Yeah. But what I hated about it though was that, like, Hardcore Harley, like, okay, this is a tournament to see who's gonna be the King of the Ring. So you're trying to win. So I just thought it was stupid that Hardcore Holly got himself disqualified on purpose by hitting X-Pac with the chair. Like, that to me didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And that to me kind of ruined the match. And I don't know. I'll say this before I let you go. And I think that, like, okay, my biggest complaint when we reviewed the 2020 Royal Rumble was that it was too long. Like, it was 4 hours, and I thought it was too long. This pay-per-view right here should have been 4 hours. And they should have had, if you're gonna do like a tournament like this, you need more time. Yeah. But what was your thoughts on Hardcore Hall versus X-Pac? I think stick around at the tournament.
To be honest with you, it was just like, of course they're gonna put like the mediocre fights in the beginning. Like, I feel bad for Hardcore Holly because they turned him into a heel And I remember him like back in the days, like back in the even late '80s or something, when he was like a baby face.
He was Sparky Plug.
What's his name? Sparky Plug?
No, before he became Hardcore Harley in the late '90s, in the early '90s, he was a Sparky Plug.
That's his name, Sparky Plug.
Yeah, they changed to Hardcore Harley.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember him having the long hair. He was a likable person. I didn't really like connect with the person when he turned heel. So it was strange because he never really got that moment. Like people didn't like him because he was like annoying. He was in like not annoying like because he talks about shit.
He was annoying in this show. Like there was times in this show where it was like, dude, can somebody whoop his ass, please?
No, but not annoying because he talks shit, because like he doesn't have like phrases that's memorable like The Rock and everything. And I hate to be biased and everything, or I'm gonna sound biased because everybody loves The Rock. He's one of the most successful wrestlers turned into like biggest stars today, straight out of wrestling, and not too many wrestlers have that moment. And I feel bad for Hardcore Holly because it's like they try to turn him to heel so bad, so much that as it's like just wait for it. Maybe you'll learn to like this guy or something as a heel. But I don't know. He never really stood out.
Yeah. So Hardcore Holly, he started wrestling in 1990, and like I said, his original character was Sparky Plug, and then in 1998 he became Hardcore Holly. Yeah. So I'm not old enough to remember him as Sparky Plug. I just remember him as Hardcore Holly. So
yeah,
him as a babyface, I can't really speak on it because I don't remember, but I do remember him as a heel. And so what I saw rewatching this is what I remember as a kid.
You know who's even more annoying? His like little sidekick miniature mini-me.
Oh yeah, his
Crash.
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 Then he had Crash, and then there was Crash Holly, and then Molly Holly.
Molly Holly.
They weren't on the show, so I'm not sure what year they came in.
It's like a.
But yeah, they had it's like the family. They had Hardcore Holly, Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, and Molly Holly.
Molly Holly. Molly Holly. like holy moly backwards. Molly.
But but the one thing that I noticed about Hardcore Holly that I did not remember as a kid was that he had like a Napoleon complex. Like he wanted to prove that he's a super heavyweight like Kane and Big Show.
Yeah. But he was short though. He was a pretty tall guy. I mean, he wasn't like short like Crash.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was taller. He was taller than X-Pac.
But he always wanted to do like the heavyweight. He always
yeah. It says here on Wikipedia he's 6 foot even.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's pretty short for a wrestler.
That is short for a wrestler and short for a basketball player too.
Yeah. But he is taller than X-Pac.
So X-Pac is, damn.
So X-Pac has to be like 5'10". X-Pac looks like 5'10", 100 and like 5'10", 180 pounds or something.
So Crash is like a buff Efren.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think Crash and Molly Holly were like the same height.
Yeah, so like Crash is like a buff Efren.
Yeah, like 5'6", 5'7".
Efren, well, you haven't met Efren yet, but they're like the same height. Like Efren's like half my size in the height.
So, like, how tall is Efren? Like 5'7"?
That's around there. Like, he's got that Napoleon. He's got that short man syndrome. Like
he's gonna be like a Hardcore Holly. Like, I'm a goddamn super heavyweight.
Yeah. No. You better remember my name.
Yeah, because I could put the Big Show's ass.
You know, if Efren was a wrestler, if Efren Santos was a wrestler, I think he would probably, like, his size would remind me of the Hurricane. Remember the Hurricane?
Oh yeah, that superhero.
Yeah, he's even smaller. I think he's smaller than X-Pac, because X-Pac's got some muscle in him and shit. But he's even like skinnier and smaller. But anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts about that match. Mediocre at best.
Yeah, thought it was mediocre, and then like I said, I thought the ending was dumb because it for Parker Hawley to get himself disqualified.
Yeah, and it's short, so not much to say.
Versus now we get the real debates. They are called these two big young studs. And so this match actually was 6 minutes long, but there was a problem. So there was a point in the match, I'm not sure if you remember this, where Big Show was like Big Show, no, I think it was Kane.
And Big Show.
But I can't remember. I think it was Kane that was choking out Big Show, or Big Show was choking out Kane. But so the match was 6 minutes long, but for 3 minutes, Kane was choking out Big Show as the referee supposedly got knocked out. What happened was the reason why it took so long for 3 minutes was because the referee forgot his cue to get back up, and he was just laying there for 3 minutes. And so Kane was just choking Big Show. Yeah, Kane was just choking Big Show for 3 minutes, waiting for the referee to get back up and give a cue, and the referee never did. And so finally, Big Show, after 3 minutes, decided to improvise, and then they started fighting again. But again, this was another bad match because first of all, Kane won the match. Kane ended up winning the match, but it was a bad match because the referee forgot what he was supposed to do, and he fucked up. And so they spent half of the match doing one move.
I hear.
So what were your thoughts on Big Show? Yeah, what were your thoughts on Big Show versus Kane?
The only thing I noticed, like I love like the big giants fighting each other. Like those are always my favorite matches. Like just giants. Big dudes against big dudes. The only thing that sticks out to me in this match is Kane's physique. Like Kane's physique.
He was buff.
He was ripped. I mean, if you compare Kane in '99, that time, and compare him to maybe 2015 or something, like you can tell the difference between his physique. I mean, he's gotten bigger, and
in fairness though, yeah, but I mean, 2015, he's an old man.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know if it's steroids, but he's got beefier. But during this time, he was a lot leaner, so you see more of his definition. So he wasn't just big; he was actually ripped. Like you could tell this guy's got like a six pack, and that's rare. It's rare to see that in Kane.
Yeah, I actually missed Kane with the mask. I hated when they unmasked him.
Oh yeah, that was the worst thing they could have done.
But what was hard to believe.
Never take off your mask,
What happened? What got me though is like it fucked up the whole entire storyline, because the storyline was the reason why he wore the mask is because Undertaker burnt his face when they were kids.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, fuck that storyline. His face is okay. Yeah, he's normal.
He's fine. That's how he really looks.
But what's weird though, he's now the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a trip, man. And he's actually a really nice guy. Like,
yeah, I think he might be like the tallest mayor in American history. He's like 7 feet.
My mayor can fuck up your mayor.
my mayor will chokeslam your mayor.
Hey, if Arnold Schwarzenegger can be governor, Kane can be fucking mayor of Tennessee.
Yeah. Shit, it wouldn't surprise me if Kane's president next.
Shit. It wouldn't surprise me if The Rock becomes the president. Oh, Barack.
Oh yeah.
Barack.
Do you smell what Barack is cooking?
You smell what The Rock's cooking?
Oh yeah, so yeah, what were your thoughts on Kane versus Big Show?
Again, another short fight. Yeah, there was some delay with the referee that I did notice. At first I thought it was part of the script, but at the same time the timing was off. So I was like, okay, maybe.
It was part of the script, but it wasn't supposed to be that long.
Yeah.
He was supposed to get back up. He fucked up.
And again, I like the Giants fighting. When Undertaker fights a bigger guy, when Kane fights somebody bigger than him, I always find that interesting, because you know Kane can take him on because it's like he's a big red machine. He's unstoppable. You can't hurt him. He's like a juggernaut basically, and he's like Undertaker, but supposedly more dangerous than Undertaker.
He has taller than Undertaker,
and taller and bigger. He has no limit like Undertaker. He is younger than Undertaker, so he's got more more stability.
But they got the same moves.
Almost, yeah, pretty much almost the same moves. Yeah, they share a lot of the same moves, but that's why I love Undertaker and Kane. Their storyline has always been my favorite storyline until you mentioned the whole
until they fucked it up.
Yeah, but other than that, this fight was better than the first. I'll say that it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was nice to see him fight Big Show because it's very rare that you actually see somebody actually bigger than King.
Yeah. Oh, I also noticed that GR and King was they mentioned Andre the Giant while Big Show was fighting. Like he said,
well, yeah, I think Big Show's close to the same size as Andre the Giant, isn't he?
He said that Big Show has like the same moves almost like Andre the Giant, except he's just a lot more fluid than Andre the Giant. I think Big Show's bigger.
Actually, do you know Big Show now has his own sitcom on Netflix?
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he's like a dad. He's playing like a big ass TV dad. Man. Like my dad can kick your dad's ass. I haven't watched it yet, but I think I'm gonna check it out.
We should definitely support Big Show because I've been a fan of.
Have you watched it?
I haven't, but I saw the commercial. I saw the ad for it. It looks pretty funny. It looks fun.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that your dad is like 7'3", and he's married to a normal sized woman.
Yeah.
And he has like a bunch of kids.
You could have married like a fucking like one of those like Olympic type women.
Well, yeah, because like every time, or like a basketball player,
or
every time the actress that's playing his wife like talks to him, she's like talking to his dick.
I'm sure he's used to that. Yeah, just don't talk. Just talk to Little Show. I'm Big Show, but talk to Little Show.
Yeah, talk to Little Show.
Little.
But Big Show, you never listen.
Oh,
I'm always face to face with Little Show. I just want to talk to Big Show. All right, so
I was just thinking when they're having sex.
I wonder how that worked. He probably for her
probably using like his penis as like a pole. You know, like
for him.
It's like a
for him, for him though, like for him, like a regular sized woman is like fucking a little person for him.
That's like
he probably just picks her. Yeah, he probably just picks her up, carries her
with one arm.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Hey.
Well, it's the Big Show.
It's a big show tonight. I like his Joker theme song. It fits. His Joker theme song, like, really fits him, and I like it. So.
Speaking of theme songs, the next match was Ken Shamrock versus Mr. Ass, and Mr. Ass to me has like the funniest theme song. He's like, "I'm an ass man." Yeah. So I like to kick it. Yes, I like to stick it. I like to kick it. I like to lick it. Cause I'm an ass man.
I never paid attention to the words because I'm like, oh, this guy is funny. But now that I'm paying attention to the words, I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, like they actually let us watch this shit.
I don't know. For me, it was like, oh shit, he's actually talking about. His song's actually talking about eating ass and fucking ass. Cause he's like, I like to lick it, I like to stick it, I like to kick it. Cause I'm an ass man.
And I remember days we didn't have like, PC people who get offended easily. Like, so they didn't really filter a lot of things. Like, people, like wrestlers were cussing. Like, The Rock was like calling The Undertaker a bitch, and they didn't even bleep that out. So, we're living in a different time now. But back then, like, people we were
back then he would have just kept his Billy Gunn character. He would never been Mr. Ass.
Right.
It was just.
Well, no, you're talking about right now.
Yeah, like if Mr. Ass is wrestling today, because remember his original character was Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
So, but then he changed to Mr. Ass. I'm saying like he would have just stayed Billy Gunn. He never would have changed it to Mr. Ass. But I don't think Mr. Ass would be acceptable today, especially his theme song.
Well, I'm just saying, like it just separates like today's generation and a decade's generation.
Well, our generation.
Or our generation. So it's just compares to like how people weren't offended so easily back then. So a lot of things weren't filtered, and that's what made WWF at the time. That's what it made it so like interesting, because you didn't have to filter it. Like all else goes. Like you can pretty much do anything in the WWE and get away with it.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's different.
So this was another short 3-minute match. Basically the storyline here was that Ken Shamrock earlier, I think on Sunday Night Heat or whatever, he got his ass whooped by Steve Blackman, and he started suffering internal bleeding. And so during the middle of this match, Billy Gunn, I think Billy Gunn hit him with the powerbomb, and then all of a sudden, like Ken Shamrock started like spitting up blood, and so the referee had to stop the match, and basically Ken Shamrock had a forfeit, and Mr. Ass advanced to the second round. Other than that, once again, I thought it was too short. The match was kind of uneventful. They were basically just kind of continuing on the Ken Shamrock storyline, which in the big scheme of things, Ken Shamrock's storyline really had nothing to do with the overall point of the show. So I really don't know why they did it that way. But what was your thoughts on Mr. Ass versus Ken Shamrock?
The thing that really sticks out is like Ken Shamrock's like his temper. Like that guy.
He's always mad.
He's always pissed off, like he's on steroids or something, like roid rage. Like what the fuck, dude? Calm the fuck down, bro. Like fighting the EMT and shit. And I'm sure the EMT were like stuntmen and shit. But I'm like, what the? It's like it makes you think, like, is he really acting or is he really like that? Like he looks like he would like beat a woman.
What gets me though is the contrast in personalities between Ken Shamrock and Mr. Ass. Like Ken Shamrock just always angry, and Mr. Ass is like shit. I'm just trying to get some ass. That's all I want.
It's like, dude, be like Mr. Ass, dude. He's like, like happy-go-lucky and shit. Like I just want to
fuck. Like, if you don't believe me, just listen to my song. Yeah. My whole song started talking about fucking ass. I just want to fuck some ass. That's all.
It's like a total negative versus a very, very positive. Yeah. Like, dude, like, just watch Pornhub like I do, man.
I don't think they had Pornhub back in '99, but
I know, but
like,
if they did, bro, Shamrock, just watch Pornhub like me, bro.
Yeah. Okay,
and smoke weed, and everything will be all right.
Bro, look at all this ass, dude. All these women with ass. Yeah, I don't even fuck pussy. I just fuck girls in the ass.
Yeah,
and just straight fuck them in the ass.
Why are we wasting our time fighting and being aggressive when we can fuck these chicks? Yeah. Come on, like you can join in if you want. Like I'll fuck a girl, you fuck a girl. We can fuck the same girl if you want. Like stop getting, bro.
Both of us could be Mr. Ass. I don't care. I could be Mr. Ass. You could be Mr. Tits.
Yeah, or you could be. Yeah. So we'd be like the TNA Foundation.
Yeah.
But then that's already been taken. Tess and Albert, by the way, TNA.
Yeah, I think that was like a year or two after this.
Yeah, you're right after. Yeah, the younger folk, the younger generation started coming in. That's TNA. But yeah, I mean, just Ken Shamrock, like, bro, like, come the fuck down. And I know this guy, like, I don't know if he's doing steroids and shit like that, because he's always pissed off. And I'm thinking, like, maybe he's just acting, right? But then when you watch him on, like, the UFC, because he coaches, like, UFC, right? When you went back
now?
Well, maybe a few years.
I know he was in the UFC in the 80s before he went to wrestling.
He went to wrestling after UFC because that's what he was known for. And not too many people were, like, catching up with UFC, like, not like today. Like, everyone's
UFC wasn't all that popular in the 80s.
It wasn't popular, so he wanted to go where the money is at. And then so he was doing wrestling for, a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years, and then went back into UFC again. But I think he went in, and I think one of his I could be wrong, I don't know if it's Goldberg or Brock Lesnar, like his rivals, or was it Goldberg and Brock Lesnar were the rivals?
Let me look it up.
Because Goldberg was also UFC. Brock Lesnar went back into UFC, but Ken Shamrock went. This is way before Brock Lesnar. So
yeah, it says Ken Shamrock retired in 2010.
Yeah,
from the UFC.
And then but from wrestling though.
Like, no. Okay, so he left wrestling in 2000 and went back to the UFC.
Yeah.
So in the UFC he was from 2000 to 2010, and then 2010 he retired again.
And just watching him and like, because he also coaches and he trains, just watching him, he's never a happy guy. Like, you never see this guy happy and shit. Like, he's always pissed off. I'm like, bro, relax, dude. Like, dude, I know you can fight, but damn, relax. But that's the only thing. That's one of the things that's just, like, stood out for me with that fight between Billy Gunn, aka Mr. Ass, versus Ken Shamrock. It's just Ken Shamrock's, like, rage, dude. It's like he's always pissed off. But other than that, the part when I guess he was, like, spitting out blood.
Yeah, that's when they had to stop the match, and basically the referee forced Ken Shamrock to, like, forfeit.
Yeah. I've never seen like that where the referee stops the fight, based on, like, the condition of the wrestler. Like, that's pretty interesting to me. That should look real to me, actually. That looked real.
All right, so the next match was
before we get to the next match, did Ken Shamrock start the ankle lock before Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
He started that, right? Like,
yeah,
nobody
and then when Kurt Angle came in 2000, it's weird because Kurt Angle came in 2000, started wrestling in 2000, which is the same year Ken Shamrock left wrestling. And I guess Kurt Angle just stole this move, I guess.
Or adopted it. Because Yeah, a lot of people do the ankle lock now, but yeah, okay. That's a pretty good submission move, by the way. The ankle lock. I tried it to my brother one time, and that shit really hurts.
No, a pretty good submission move is the Tasmission. I did that to my brother and got my ass whooped.
I think every big brother has done that to their little brother.
Yeah, well, I did it to my little brother, and my mom got mad at me. She whipped my ass.
Yeah, of course, man. You choke him.
I choked his ass out. Hey, he could have stopped you. All he had to do was tap out. He didn't want to tap out.
He's got spirit. He wants to win. He's not gonna tap out.
All right, so next up we have Road Dogg versus Chyna. Now, this is actually the longest. This is actually a pretty long match. According to Wikipedia, this match is 13 minutes long, and I thought it was actually an interesting match. The main storyline was that Triple H. Okay, the main storyline was that Triple H, even though he didn't qualify for the tournament, he wanted to support his girlfriend Chyna. So he tried to be the good boyfriend. But also, too, the main storyline was that Triple H and China, they were fighting Road Dogg over the copyrights to DX. Because around this time, DX had broken up. And so, like, Triple H, China, and Mr. Ass, they wanted the copyrights, while Road Dogg and X-Pac wanted the copyrights to get the copyright money. And quick story though.
Next, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering, like, because I didn't know what the drama was and why they broke up.
Yeah, I don't remember why they broke up, but the storyline in this show was that they wanted, like, Mr. Ass, Triple H, and China. They were fighting Road Dogg and X-Pac over who gets the copyright, because I guess X-Pac and Road Dogg were still getting all the copyright money, while Triple H and China and Mr. Ass didn't get anything.
So, but was this the end of D-Generation X, or did they form up again?
If I remember correctly, they formed up again because they replaced China with Stephanie when Triple H and Stephanie got married.
Right.
But a quick story though is that when we were in college, a classmate of ours and also a friend, Carmouche, I call him Carmouche, he came up to us. He was like, "Hey,
it's French, bro.
It's French. He's Creole. He's Creole.
I'm Creole. Like, you look black to me, bro. Well, I'm Creole.
Yeah. But it was fun. But it was funny because, like, we were it was me, you, and I'll just call him Miguel. Fuck it. So me, you, and Miguel, we were like chilling in class, and then Carmouche comes up to us and was like, "Hey, bro, you remember China and X-Pac from wrestling?" We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, they got a fucking sex tape." Like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here." He's like, "Yeah, China and X-Pac got a sex tape." So he was showing us the China and X-Pac sex tape, and then, like, all of a sudden Miguel was like, "Yeah, I'll fuck her. I'll fuck the shit out of her. China's fucking hot, bro." We're like, "Damn, okay, calm down."
Yeah,
like,
Carlos. Man, no disrespect, but she has some
muscles,
like muscles, and
yeah,
he easily crush your dick, bro.
I don't care, man. China's fucking hot, bro. I'll fuck her.
It's like trying to bone She-Hulk, basically.
Yeah.
And you know what? The fun fact, they wanted to make China She-Hulk at one point.
They did in the Avengers porno parody.
Well, yeah. well, she is.
I mean, she would have made a perfect She-Hulk in the MCU if she didn't pass away.
Yeah, I think so.
But every time I see China now, I just think of that moment Miguel, because the way he said, he was so aggressive. Like, in his mind, he was visualizing himself fucking China. And he was like, "Yeah, I'll fuck her."
Yeah, but were you also
shit out of her.
Like, in your mind, Miguel and China in different positions?
Nah, I was just more or less like, out of all the female wrestlers, like, why is little ass X-Pac?
Yeah,
fucking China.
You could have picked Michelle Candice, Tori Wilson,
or Trish Stratus. Shit, I would even fuck Deborah and her fake ass titties over China.
Deborah's hot.
Yeah.
Or what's her name? Like, even Victoria.
Yeah. Or Goldust's ex-wife, Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, oh, she's beautiful. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think Victoria is, like, to me, out of all the divas, in that time, I think Victoria's like maybe like the last I would pick. But if you look at her now, she's actually a beautiful woman.
No, at that time period, the last I would pick is China.
No, it's hard to put China as a diva because she's so like
buff.
She's so big. It's like it's hard to put her like in the divas division because it's always unfair when a diva goes against her because she's like
she was
she can fuck up, bro.
Yeah, she was 6 feet. She was 6 feet, 220 pounds.
220 pounds
of straight muscle.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's like a buff me.
And that's what surprised me though with Miguel, because it was like when he said it, like, "Yeah, man, China's fucking hot, bro." I'm like, China, really? Like, China,
like, bro. Like, you're not gonna feel like the cushion anymore. It's gonna be solid solid rocks, like like bouncing on your.
But then like his reaction was like he was surprised, like, what? You don't think China's hot?
Like you wouldn't fuck her?
Like I don't like my women with six packs.
Look, I don't mind a girl having a six pack, but if you got muscles galore like that, it's like,
yeah, she's 0% body fat.
It's like you some girls need some of that body fat. Like us men love that. Like the titties are as hard as a man's pecs. I don't think I can.
Well, if you notice, China had to get a breast implants just to have titties.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. A woman's pecs, though, I don't know, dude. It's kind of strange to me. If it's hard, it's not fun.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. But yeah, so yeah, every time I think of China, though, I just think of Miguel.
Like, how you get a titty fuck? I get a titty fuck like a chick with no breasts. Like it's like being a dude with a chest.
Dude, I just feel like, man, if you're gonna fuck a bodybuilder chick, you might as well just be gay.
Well, guy, same shit. It's the same thing.
But it's like when Miguel told us, he was like, "Yeah, man, China's fucking hot, bro." I was like, "I'll fuck her." I was like, "Okay, man, like whatever tickles your pickle."
Have you ever felt a girl with a six pack before? Have you ever felt it?
I never been with a bodybuilder.
No, it doesn't have to be a bodybuilder. Not all girls.
Oh, you talk about like girls with abs?
Yeah, girls with abs.
Yeah. I mean, I felt it before. Yeah.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Makes you feel like a bitch, though, right?
No, not really. I mean, like if she's like a normal sized chick but just has abs, like that's fine with me. But like when you're 220 pounds of straight muscle and you have like 0% body fat, I can't. You're like you grab her ass, all you feel is muscle.
You're like the girl in the relationship, basically.
Yeah. Like she basically only needs me for my dick, and that's it. That's how I was surprised when Carmouche showed us the tape, the sex tape, because I was like, first of all, out of all, I wouldn't expect China to fuck like X-Pac. X-Pac's like the skinniest wrestler.
Yeah.
So it was like his little ass.
That's one of the smallest.
Yeah. So it's like his little ass is fucking her.
Yeah. It's like Efren trying to like position a girl my height.
Yeah, because China's 6 feet.
Yeah, height. That's pretty tall for a chick.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
So Road Dogg and Egg in China. It was a long match, so we finally got a long match. Me personally, though, I wasn't really all that into it. I thought it was kind of boring. But Road Dogg eventually won. One of the things that he'll definitely not get away with today was when he did the pup handle slam China. He got her in doggy style and started humping her, which today would be offensive. That'll be sexual harassment. But
if you want to talk about like equality, this is like the best match for a lot of the PTs out there.
Yeah, because you have a woman that's competing to become king of the ring.
Right, queen of
the ring. Yeah.
Yeah. Because she always said she always wanted to be a queen when she was a kid, or princess.
But I'm saying though, she's like in a tournament full of men.
See, at that time, the women's division was not popular. I don't think it was even invented yet.
They had the women's division because I remember I think Sable was like the women's champion.
Okay, but see, at the time, it's like China go against any of those women would be considered unfair because she's like built like
shit. Yeah, but even if China was alive today, her fighting against the women that are wrestling today would still be unfair.
It would
because the women wrestlers that we saw when we watched the current wrestling, they're still like normal sized women.
It's like Kane versus like regular sized guys basically. That's what the fight would be like.
Yeah, it's like Big Show versus his TV wife.
Yeah, no. Well, it's like Big Show. It's like Big Show going against like X-Pac. Like that's the comparison right there. Me, I would say Kane because Big Show's fairly larger than Kane and Undertaker. He's actually the biggest wrestler. Actually, no. I think Khali. There was another wrestler named Khali, who I thought was like tallest, biggest wrestler to ever wrestle in WWE. But still, it's like it would be unfair to have like China go against these males.
Which is the reason why I think they always had China fight against the men.
The men,
It just wouldn't be fair to have China like fight Sable or Trish Stratus or whatever.
We were living in a time where you're not allowed to hit women because it's considered not gentlemanlike.
Yeah, now it'll be weird. I don't know how they would handle China if China was like if they had a bodybuilder chick wrestling now that was like 6 foot, 220 pounds of solid muscle. I don't know how they'll be able to handle her because you can't put her with the regular women because it'd be unfair, but you can't really put her with the men because like you can't hit women.
It's still unfair.
Even though China held her own against Road Dogg, I just thought the match was boring. And
then it was larger than Road Dogg. Like it was funny.
Well, they're about the same height, but she had more muscles than Road Dogg.
That's why she was larger. Like Road Dogg was.
Like Road Dogg looks like he doesn't even lift.
Road Dogg does like regular sit-ups and push-ups.
Yeah, he has like no muscle definition. Like, he doesn't look like he works out.
Road Dogg compare you can't even compare Road Dogg to a military person because there are still like military soldiers that still look more, fit than he does or larger than he is. So it's really hard to compare. I can't even think of Road Dogg being even Captain America looks bigger. Chris Evans.
No, it's bigger. Like Road Dogg looks like a guy who doesn't work out but decided like, you know what? I need money. I need a job. So fuck it. I'll just become a wrestler. Like I make good money. They'll make me a millionaire. And I don't need any like education or anything. So it's a good ass job to have. But I'm just not gonna work out.
I'll tell you this though. The reason why Road Dogg is so popular at the time, even without
he's part of DX.
Well, besides that, even without having like the physique of an Adonis or like those like Greek Adonises and stuff, is the fact that he has charisma. He has almost not the same, but almost the same charisma as The Rock. Like when he shit talks and when he trash talks and when his moves, his signature moves are memorable, and of course like a lot of his like sayings, like people remember like all his.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah. Yes, better call somebody. Welcome to the doghouse.
Well, not only that, but it's hard to talk shit on Road Dogg when you have Mankind in the same company at the same time, as fat as he was.
Yeah, but Mankind, like, I think Mankind kind of started backyard wrestling. I think he invented backyard wrestling.
Well, he did all that hardcore shit.
Yeah.
Even though New Jack took it to a whole nother level, but
no.
Shit, I was high on coke. I was high on coke.
Coke's one hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna fly. Bumps away. I can't feel my legs. It's okay. You don't need them.
Yeah. See, what happened was before the match, I was storing coke all night. That was the story for everything.
They're trying to fuck me. They're fucking me right now.
Yeah. Who?
Cops.
Who?
Them. They're fucking me right now.
I don't see anybody. I don't see anyone. But it was cool to see Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, he came down and told Triple. Yeah, he was Commissioner Michaels, and he came down and told Triple H to go back into the locker room.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought the match was boring. It was all right. To me, this match should have been 3 minutes instead of 13 minutes.
Yeah. But I guess they really needed to build up the the whole storyline with D-Generation X, because at the time
that
was like one of the most popular crews.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden they were like breaking up.
Yeah. So that was like dramatic. It's like, no, not D-Generation X, not that.
Yeah, to me, what happened afterwards was more entertaining than that match, which was The Rock's interview, where he was talking shit about the Undertaker.
Undertaker, you think just because you're 6'10", 320 pounds, and you got a 33-pound head that you impress The Rock? That you impress The Rock with all your little Mickey Mouse tattoos all over your body? Well, The Rock says he's got a little surprise for you and the millions of The Rock's fans, and that is this. He's gonna show them all your 2 new tattoos tattooed right on your ass. Which on your left cheek, it has a Brahma bull, and on the right, it reads this: tonight at King of the Ring, The Rock sacrificed me fast, for he laid the smackdown on my candy ass.
You've talked the talk. Now comes the time to see whether your body can cash the checks that your mouth's been writing. You will find out 2 things for sure, Rock. One is you're not half the man that you think you are. And the second, and the most important, is tonight is the night of The Undertaker. So, Rock, you rest assured that tonight, the Brahma Bull will rest in peace.
Oh! The Brahma Bull symbol in flames! Will The Rock be able to defeat The Undertaker tonight for the title, or will his title shot go up in flames?
You think you impressed The Rock with your Mickey Mouse tattoos and your 34-pound head?
Yeah. And he called him the bitch, I think.
Yeah. Said The Rock's gonna lay the smack down. I think he's on their bitch ass.
That's just funny.
I was like, damn, I've never heard anybody talk so much shit about the Undertaker. Because normally people are afraid of the Undertaker. Rock's like, I don't give a fuck.
So are we gonna talk about that match?
Oh no, I was just talking about the interview, because that's what happened after the match, was that interview where The Rock was like talking shit about the Undertaker for like 5 minutes.
And what's strange is that, what's going to be the next match after this?
The next match was Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys for the #1 contender for the tag team championships.
By the way, I didn't know Teddy Long started off as a referee.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was just a referee, and then he became he became one of like the board members of WWE.
I think they made him like a commissioner or something like that later on.
It's like they liked him so much. He's been refereeing so well that
hey, we'll give you promotion.
Damn,
we'll make you an actual character now.
I didn't know referees get promoted like that. Like, I thought referees just stay referees.
Yeah, me neither.
That's crazy. I was like, because I heard his voice, and I saw a small black referee, and I'm thinking, nah, that can't be Teddy Long. And then when King and GR said, would referee Teddy Long over here, I'm like, oh shit, that was Teddy Long. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So this is how he started.
So what were your thoughts on The Rock's interview?
I thought it was funny. It's always funny. Like, I always look forward to be honest with you, The Rock's interview overlapped pretty much all the other fights prior.
Yeah.
Like that was the most interesting thing I've seen so far throughout this King of the Ring 99. It was 99, right?
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
Jabroni.
And
Yeah, I'm Italian. I'm Italian, so we say jabroni all the time.
no, you don't. I've never heard it.
Outside of The Rock, I never heard anybody say jabroni. We looked it up. We looked it up and found out that jabroni is an Italian word.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, we say that all the time. Like,
yeah.
How come I never heard you say it then?
Yeah. But we say it all the time.
And it's just funny because he started saying it because we were saying it, right?
Yeah.
Like we were calling each other like jabroni or calling everyone jabroni. And everyone started saying it. Like none of them even watched wrestling because it's not real wrestling. It's funny, right?
Jabroni. I forgot what it even means.
So what was after the interview?
All right, so the interview was the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian to determine who the number one contender is for the tag team championships. It was a short match; it was only 4 minutes long. To me, so far, it was the most entertaining match of the night up to that point. You can tell that the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian have great chemistry, even though at this point they were still young, so their rivalry was more popular in the 2000s than it was here in the 90s. Because in the 2000s, that's when they had that tables, ladders, and chairs match with the Dudley Boys and that great rivalry they had. But this is entertaining. The Hardy Boys ended up winning, so they get a tag team title shot on Monday Night Raw. But this is the match that should have been 13 minutes. Instead, it was only 4 minutes.
Yeah, I like the rivalry. They've had a long existing rivalry with TLC, tables, ladders, and chairs.
But at this point, Edge and Christian were still vampires. They weren't the white. They weren't the stereotypical white boys. They weren't like, hey, bro, it's fucking Reeks of Awesomeness, bro.
Yeah, it's Reeks. Yeah. So for all you guys who are looking to get a good shot of us, we're gonna go ahead and pose for you. Go ahead, take your pictures, snap, and they would switch positions just to get every angle for everybody. This Reeks of Awesomeness though.
That was totally awesome, bro.
They're like the Bill and Ted's of wrestling.
Yeah, and then as a little kid, I just thought all white people talk like that.
Like straight from the valley or something.
Yeah. Like, dude, we so totally won that match, bro. That was awesome what you did, bro.
You know what's crazy though, because here in LA we have a valley, and people think that everyone in the valley talks like that, but nobody in the valley talks like that because most of them are Mexicans.
No. Well, because the stereotype is that
live like in the beaches, like the white kids live in what's a nice beach, Santa Monica or what's another good one?
Venice.
Venice. Like people like that, they talk like that there, but not in the valley. So.
Well, I think they got that because in the 80s they had the Valley Girls, and that's how they talk. But over time, Mexicans took over the valley, so they don't talk like that anymore.
Yeah, yeah, we don't talk like that, man.
But what's funny about Edge and Christian though is that they talk like surfer white boys from Santa Monica, but they're fucking Canadian. So it's I don't know if they watch TV. It was like, hey man, instead of this vampire shit, let's talk like that.
Yeah. No, but they didn't talk like that. With their vampires, they were like.
Well, in this show, King of the Ring, they still doing the vampire characters, so they were gothic. They came out with Gangrel.
Gangrel is one of the most annoying characters there. I'm glad they switched off because I actually enjoyed Edge and Christian
without Gangrel.
without Gangrel. I think they can do without him. So I'm glad they actually separated from that whole like gothic theme, because I always thought Gangrel was like one of the most annoying. I don't know. There's just something about him. Like, I have nothing against vampires, but it's just like.
Well, I just think they did it because it fit with the time. Because remember, at that time, you had movies like Buffy the Vampire Slayer
or Midnight, or what's that? Eclipse or something like that.
Yeah, and then you also had Interview with the Vampire with Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay.
So like in the 90s.
You didn't have Twilight at the time, though.
No. This is the 90s. Twilight was like 2010s, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you got Blade too.
Yeah, Blade.
Yeah. I think
Blade came out in 99.
Blade.
But as a trivia question, you know what Gangrel's now doing now with this time?
He's a vegan.
No, he's now a director. He directs porn.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Heard. So he no longer wrestles. He's now into adult entertainment. He's behind the camera now, not in front of the camera. He's behind the camera.
Oh, okay.
He makes movies.
I'm sure he does a lot of things behind the scenes too.
I mean, maybe touching himself while he's directing. I don't know. Talk about a career path though. You go from being a wrestler to a porno director.
That's kind of like Screech from Saved by the Bell. He went from acting to becoming doing like porn videos.
Well, he came out with the sex tape to kind of like save his career because he saw what it did for Kim Kardashian. So he was like, hey, let me do the same thing, and maybe I can resurrect my career. It just didn't work because he's a dude.
So the kid from Saved by the Bell did a sex tape to save himself. To save his career.
And then what's funny is that after he came with the sex tape, like they stopped inviting him back to all the Saved by the Bell reunions.
They try to get him back at the Saved by the Bell.
Well, no, but like every time I do like a reunion, Screech is never there. He like distances himself from him.
Yeah, too busy getting loaded.
And they're actually doing the Saved by the Bell reboot, but instead of Zach being a 14-year-old boy, he's now a 14-year-old trans woman.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's not a joke. That's what they're doing.
Oh, shit. I thought you were joking around.
Nah.
Oh, my God.
They're changing the character of Zach. They're making Zach a transgender person.
They're going to call her Zachary.
Well, Zachary's full name was Zach. I don't know what they're going to call her. I just don't understand why they can't just, like, if they're going to reboot it, why they got to reboot it with trans? Like, why can't Zach just be a boy like he was in the original?
I don't know, man. It's like, that's the question nowadays, too. Like, I don't know what people are expecting nowadays. But to each his own, I guess.
I just don't know what this fascination is with, like, the alphabet people. Like, why does everybody have to be like...
The media. I think the media thinks, like, there's a large number of alphabet people. They feel it helps their ratings. So that's why they're doing it. Because they think the group is big and wild. And, by them doing that, it just, like if... It would be the same thing if it was like BLM. Like, media would be like, let's put more black people in there because it'll help with the ratings. Like, so you're not really doing it for black people. You're just doing it for your ratings.
Yeah, but what they don't understand though is that like Saved by the Bell came out in the 80s, and so like their target audience are going to be people like us who grew up watching it. And when we watched it, when we grew up watching it, like there were no transgender people in Saved by the Bell. So for them to add like transgender people, they're basically they're basically killing their own fan base.
Yeah. They're gonna make Lisa Turtle Chinese.
Now she's black. You can't change a black character.
Oh yeah,
that's racist. That's racist now.
That's racist. You can't change a black character. Yeah, but a white character you can.
Yeah.
A character you can.
Now I wonder if they're gonna change Slater because Slater's Hispanic.
Oh, you can't change him either.
No.
Because he's Hispanic. Yeah.
Well, Zach is still white. He just
actually, Slater wasn't even portraying a Hispanic character.
Well, the actor is Hispanic.
No, I know, but his character was actually Hawaiian.
Oh yeah.
Because his dad, I remember an episode where his dad's in the military, Marines or a general or something, and he was like an army brat or some sort of a military brat, and he said something about like, oh, I can't wait to go back to Hawaii. So he portrayed himself as Hawaiian. So there was no Hispanic characters in Saved by the Bell, actually.
Well, I mean, at least Zach is still white. He just has titties now.
Wait, so who's gonna hook up with who's the girl? His girlfriend?
I mean, well, now it's gonna be the boyfriend.
It's gonna be the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Because they're making her a boy now?
Well, no, because like if the character of Zach is gonna be transgender, therefore, you know, she's gonna fall in love with the dude.
Who, Slater?
I don't know. Once I found that out, I wasn't really interested in the reboot anymore. I was like, fuck it, I don't want to watch that shit.
That's probably a hard pass for me. Yeah. Don't mess up my childhood. All right, let's go.
All right, so back to King of the Ring. So the Hardy Boys beat Edge and Christian, so they become the number 1 contenders, and they're gonna get a tag team championship match at Monday Night Raw the next night. And so after that match, the Undertaker did an interview where he said he was gonna rip the Rock's balls off.
Oh, yeah. He said something about, you know what happens when you rip the balls off a bull?
Yeah. So
you
know what happens.
Like, what
happens when you rip the balls off you know what happens when you rip the balls off a bull.
Like what? He never answered. Like, what happens?
You'll find out.
Rock.
Because Rock, you're gonna find out tonight that you're not the man that you think you are.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Does it hurt your throat when you do that?
Yeah, a little bit. It makes you thirsty. Makes you thirsty. He's like, yeah, Rock, you're gonna find out you're not even half the man that you think you are.
Bro, sounds like you're like smoking like 20 packs a day, bro.
I just feel sorry for the Undertaker's kids. Imagine waking up to that as your dad. Like, get up and go. Time to get ready for school.
Do your homework.
Just do your homework.
Why can't you get an A?
Yeah. I'm about to make you rest in peace.
No, Dad, no! Not
If your Uncle Paul was still alive, he'd be getting on your ass right now.
You know what? I would be so down to watch a Undertaker sitcom, and then Kane is actually Uncle Kane, and every time he visits, he's wearing a mask. Oh look, Uncle Kane is back! Hey kids!
Hey. Well, at that time, Kane couldn't talk. He had the voice thing.
Yeah, he had the voice thing, but he'd be like the most friendliest Kane, like Kane, because he's like.
He has to be friendly. Yes, well, because now Uncle Kane's now the mayor, so he has to be friendly.
It would be like an alternate universe to like. It would be like the Munsters, but modern.
See, but then like the only thing sucks is that Paul Bearer passed away. If Paul Bearer was still alive, I think
it would have been perfect.
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Ooh, how you doing, kids?"
I think he'd be more.
Yeah.
Grandpa Bear or something.
Grandpa Paul.
Yeah, Grandpa Paul, because he's a bit older. So yeah, I think he'd be best off as like Grandpa. Yeah, it would be like Addams Family, like
Undertaker, the kids are not listening.
That would be a fun sitcom right there. Like, Kane and Undertaker just acting like normal dads and uncles and like a normal family, or trying to act like a normal family.
And then Undertaker's wife probably be scared to death.
Yeah, right.
Honey.
Undertaker's wife, I don't know if you're together anymore. That's the time she.
Oh no, actually they are. She actually used to be a wrestler. Her name is Michelle. I forgot her wrestling name.
Candace.
But yeah, if you get a chance, so you should check out the Undertaker documentary on the WWE app. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
You get to see his wife and his kids, and
She pretty?
yeah, she's pretty.
She's pretty.
Like you wouldn't think she will a chick like her will be married to the Undertaker.
Yeah, but you look at Kane's wife. Kane's wife is beautiful.
I haven't seen Kane's wife.
She's cute. Like you wouldn't think a chick like her would be married to a guy like Kane. Even Big Show's wife is like.
But like Undertaker's wife though, she has like a baby face because like she doesn't look like she looks like she's like 27, even though I know she's older than that because they have like 3 or 4 kids together.
Yeah. That's crazy. Little Undertakers.
Well, he has daughters.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to date the Undertaker's daughters.
Fuck that, dude.
Hey, let me see your ID.
You're gonna get the tombstone from the Undertaker.
Make sure you have my daughter home by 10, or I'll come looking for you.
Or unless if you want to meet Uncle Kane.
Yeah. Like I asked The Rock 20 years ago. You know what happens? You work the balls off a bull.
What happens?
You don't want to find out, boy. Take care of my daughters.
Doesn't that
I'll be
hurt
back
your
home
throat?
by 10. Yeah, I need some water now. I need some water.
Right. All right, so what's
And so the next match was the King of the Ring semifinals. So you had Mr. Ass versus Kane.
I'm the ass man.
Yeah, cause I'm the ass man.
I like to push it.
I like to grab them. I like to stick them. I like to lick them. Cause I'm the ass man. So yeah, Kane versus Mr. Ass. This match was only 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Basically Mr. Ass won.
I was in the
once again, the referee got knocked out. And so, the referees are like weak, dude. Once the referees get knocked out, they're like out for like 10 minutes.
That's why Teddy Long got promoted, because he's the only referee that didn't get knocked out.
Yeah. So like the referee gets knocked out, then Big Show came, Big Show choke slammed Kane, and then Mr. Ass took advantage of it, and then of course once Big Show leaves, the referee mysteriously, gets back to his senses. It's like what a coincidence.
Yeah.
And he was able to count the 1, 2, 3. Mr. Ass won, and he advanced to the finals.
Yeah.
So again,
timing's always impeccable.
Yeah. So again, I feel like this match was too short. For a match that was only 5 minutes long, it was just like way too much shit going on to even keep up. But yeah, Mr. Ass moving on, so we get to hear his theme song some more.
Yep.
So, any thoughts on Kane versus Mr. Ass?
I mean, if this was real wrestling, I think Kane would have really won, especially with his physique.
Well, even in this match, Kane would have won if it wasn't for Big Show.
Yeah. But see, I think to be fair, I think Big Show was trying to stop Mr. Ass from hitting Kane with a chair, but then Big Show ended up hitting Kane with a chair anyway. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, it's like Big Show's like, wait, time out. I want to hit him with a chair.
Yeah.
If anybody's hitting Kane with a chair, it's gonna be me.
Or maybe it was an accident, but like you said, it was a lot of things going on and a lot of confusions with the character development. So I'm just whatever, And you would think as big as Kane is, and for a guy who's unstoppable, it'll take a couple more chairs to actually knock him out than just that one slap. But then again, this is coming from Big Show. Big Show is a bigger person, and you would think maybe the force coming from a bigger person is a lot more effective than from a regular size person. So maybe
but what I didn't understand though was what incentive would Big Show have in helping Mr. Ass? It's not like him and Mr. Ass are friends or anything.
There was a lot of confusions there because, like, I think they were. I don't think. Big Show doesn't like both of them, but at the same time, it's like you're stopping a chair from hitting King, but at the same time, you failed to prevent it, and I don't know. It's
like Big Show. It's like Big Show in his mind was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna stop Mr. Ass from hitting Kane, but on second thought, I really like your theme song, bro. So let me help you win, so I can hear it some more.
Little does everybody know, but I danced to that theme song in the locker room when I'm by myself.
Hey, if I help you, he's like, hey, if I help you win, maybe after the show we can get some match together.
Yeah, because they may call me Big Show, and there's a lot of big things about me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? My biggest problem with Mr. Ass.
Your biggest problem.
No, I don't understand how how Vince McMahon talked him into that character, because with the name like Mr. Ass, it's hard to take him seriously. Like you have him fighting Kane, and Kane is this big ass monster, and then yet you have Mr. Ass, who's like, it's like, you know, happy-go-lucky, you know, low key guy who just wants some ass.
Yeah.
You know, just down to earth.
Low key gay, because at the time we didn't know if he was gay or not.
Yeah, like he even had a belly button ring. I was like, what kind of man has a belly button? Even as a kid, I was like, dude.
Bro, I love that theme song because it's so R&B. You are so good to me.
Oh yeah, that's after that's when it goes back to being Billy Gunn again. Yeah, I remember that.
We're not gay. We're not gay.
That's when he was teaming up with Chuck, Billy and Chuck.
It was Billy and Chuck.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that. I love those two together.
Dude, like, even Mr. Ass though, but even as Mr. Ass, he was kind of gay. Like he had a belly button ring. And
yeah.
He was wearing a thong and shit.
So it's like, who are you really trying to, you know, advertise your ass to? Women or guys?
And when you say you want to lick ass, are you talking about girl's ass or a man's ass?
Yeah, because I don't know any straight guys who likes to like moon people and find that sexy and think it's sexy. Like, yeah, I don't think.
And I don't know too many guys that go by the name Mr. Ass. Like, sir, what's your name? First name Mr., last name Ass.
So Mr. Ass, that's my name.
Cause I'm an ass man. Yeah. All right, so the next match was the second semifinal match between the two best friends, Road Dogg and X-Pac. And once again, it was a quick match. This match is only 3 minutes long, according to Wikipedia. And again, X-Pac won. So it was weird that it took Road Dogg 13 whole minutes just to beat China, but then X-Pac was able to take him out in 3 minutes.
Yeah, that kid beat him in 1, 2, 3.
I forgot he used to be 1, 2, 3 kid.
The kid beat him at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I don't understand like why they keep changing their names. Like X-Pac when he first came was 1, 2, 3 kid, and then like I guess at some point it's like, you know what, I'm a grown ass man now, so I'm changing my name to X-Pac. I love Tupac, so I'm gonna be X-Pac.
Oh yeah, 1 Pac, X-Pac, 2 Pac, none.
Yeah.
You have to be in order because, you know, X being like Roman numeral 10. So 1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, none.
So as you can see here, the theme of the King of the Ring tournament was really basically on the breakup of DX, because the finals now is going to be X-Pac versus Mr. Ass, and X-Pac and Mr. Ass used to be in DX together. And so you look at all the matches, you had Road Dogg fighting China, former DX. Then you had Road Dogg fighting X-Pac, former DX. And then the finals are going to be X-Pac versus Mr. Ass, DX. So like the whole tournament centered around DX. That was like the storyline.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like the King of the Ring was just another facade. Like it had this whole storyline was just all about like the
DX breaking up.
Yeah, the the foundation and the breaking of the DX generation and all about that. But see, at the same time, like none of that was really interesting to me. The only thing that was interesting to me was the Taker Rock, fight. That I think by far that was like, to me, I felt like was a main event.
And that's a good segue because that's the next match.
Yeah,
Undertaker versus The Rock. Undertaker defending his WWF Championship against The Rock.
Yes.
Now this is by far the longest match of the night. It was 19 minutes long. It was actually a very entertaining match, even though as a fan, it was kind of annoying because like The Rock should have won like 4 or 5 different times, and every time he got like fucked over. So like first of all, like he should have won, but then the referee was knocked out. Then he should have won again, but then like Paul Bear knocked out the other referee. Then The Rock used ether. The Rock used ether on the Undertaker to knock him unconscious.
That's his kryptonite.
Yeah, ether.
Ether. That's how you kill the demon.
But again, though, and then Paul Bear interfered. It was funny too when Paul Bear hit The Rock with the shoe, and then Jarrett's like, "Oh, that son of a bitch! Paul Bear hit The Rock with the shoe. You can smell it from here. You can smell the stench from his shoe from here. My God, Paul Bear." And so, but like the match was entertaining, but then I just felt like there was too much shit going on because all of a sudden, Triple H out of nowhere, like he had nothing to do with anything. Like Triple H had nothing to do with this match at all. Yeah. He just comes out of nowhere and hits the pedigree on The Rock. It's like, what the fuck does Triple H got to do with anything?
Well, I think in the past there was some feud against because there was like a team up between Undertaker and Triple H versus The Rock, so it was kind of like a handicap match. But I think it was supposed to be a triple threat, but it turned into a handicap match. So I think Undertaker and Triple H kind of had some sort of like the enemy of your enemy is my enemy kind of thing. So whoever they hated the most, they hated The Rock the most. Therefore, kind of teamed up a little bit to spoil, The Rock's winning this match.
Yeah, so like The Rock should have won the match. Like The Rock had like an opportunity to win this match like 15 different times, and every time The Rock was about to win, like something else would happen. And then it wasn't even really a match because they spent most of the match fighting inside the audience.
Yeah, it was a non-disqualification match, so you can pretty much do anything.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, so Triple H hit The Rock with the pedigree, and then The Rock kicked out, and then Undertaker hit him with the tombstone, and the Undertaker retains the championship. Yeah. So I thought this match was by far the best match of the night, but even with that being said, I really didn't like it because it was just too much shit going on from a storyline perspective. What was your thoughts on the Undertaker and Rock?
Oh, that was the most. That was actually the most entertaining match and longest match prior to the other matches, before it. And I like the dynamic. There's always been like a dynamic between the Rock and the Undertaker throughout the years. They've always had beef with each other as far as like character-wise. So I always like that chemistry between them having beef with each other. It kind of reminds me. It reminded me of the Mankind versus Rock, but at this time I think Rock was more of a babyface. When he fought Mankind, he was the heel. He was a heel, but in this, even though his interview styles were the same, like he talks as much shit as a babyface as he does as a heel. Pretty much. So that's why people don't really care what he is. He's kind of like he's like a anti-hero. He's an anti-hero that's stuck on himself because he talks in the third person. See, and what I like about and I know we probably mentioned this in our previous wrestling episodes, but the fact that he doesn't have to change his gimmick. He's always been the same person. He never had to change his name. We're not like 1, 2, 3 Kid to X-Pac to like Shawn Michaels. Like the Heartbreak Kid. But The Rock, like he never changed his name, his gimmick, his style. It's always been the same. since the time he came in there. Like they didn't call him anything else but The Rock.
Well, no, when he first came, remember he was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, but still had The Rock. You know, it's not much of a difference. It's not much of a change. Yeah, you could just call him Rocky. Was it Rocky what?
Rocky Maivia, because his dad's name is Rocky, and his grandfather's name was Maivia, so they put the two names together, and he became Rocky Maivia. Yeah. But then after a while, he just shortened it to The Rock.
Yeah, just shortened it to
The Rock. And then he started talking in third person and became famous. You know, because the Undertaker, you think you oppress The Rock. The Rock is not oppressed by you, Undertaker.
It's like every time he talks to you, he's like his own secretary.
Yeah.
Like before you talk to Rock, you have to set up an interview with The Rock's secretary, which is me, The Rock.
He doesn't even say me, just The Rock. Oh, The Rock.
Which is The Rock himself.
Yeah, The Rock. The Rock himself. The Rock is gonna kick your monkey ass.
Yeah, he never says my. Yeah, he never says me, my, himself. He does, he does our.
Just The Rock.
He doesn't even say the hour. He doesn't even say hour. He says like The Rock and Mankind, or The Rock and Undertaker. He doesn't say hour. Like,
yeah.
This is gonna be either your tag team championship or The Rock and Mankind's championship. What about The Rock? Shut your jabroni ass. It's The Rock and Mankind.
That's what I was saying when we watched the New Jack documentary, because they said that the problem with New Jack was that his character became him, to the point where they said, like, Jermaine, because that's his real name. Like, yeah. I mean, Jerome is dead. Now he's just New Jack. And I just think, like, if that happened to The Rock, where he just became his character 24/7.
I think that's what he was doing. He had to embrace that character. Like,
yeah, but you really think that when he was out in public, he goes to McDonald's, like, yeah, The Rock wants a number 5 with cheese, and you better give The Rock a large,
and you better supersize The Rock.
You better supersize The Rock's meal. And The Rock also wants a Dr. Pepper with light ice.
And don't put relish in The Rock's burger, or I'm gonna smack that candy ass.
Yeah, The Rock doesn't like relish. The Rock prefers pickles.
Jabroni. Now get my order straight, jabroni.
Yeah, know your damn role and make The Rock's burger.
That's a dope ass commercial.
Yeah.
Hey, that could have been a good McDonald's commercial right there.
Yeah, know your damn role, make The Rock's burger. Or he was talking to his girl, like, baby, The Rock is hungry. When you go to the kitchen, cook The Rock something to eat. And afterwards, The Rock wants you to suck The Rock's dick.
Gosh, it's so rock hard.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Let The Rock show you what The Rock is cooking.
Get your candy ass over here and suck The Rock's dick.
Yeah. The Rock wants some pussy. When you give The Rock some pussy.
Cool.
So you think that's how you suck dick? You think that oppresses The Rock? The way you're sucking dick?
And so, I guess we've...
Oh, yeah, so the next is the final of the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
And again, this whole tournament was short, because this match was only like 5 minutes. So, basically, he hit his finisher, the Famouser, and he went from being Mr. Ass to King Ass.
King Ass.
Yeah.
The Royal Ass.
The Royal Ass, yeah.
The Royal Ass. You better kiss the Royal's ass. Mm-hmm.
So, so what were your thoughts on the finals? I thought, again, the whole tournament was just stupid.
It was underwhelming, only because, especially after watching The Rock versus The Undertaker, which I thought was like a stronger developed fight than the King of the Ring all put together. And it's funny, the fact that I think you put me on the funny part, the fact that they had when they had like the Rock and the Undertaker versus the Undertaker fight in between the King of the Ring. Like, why couldn't they just finish off the King of the Ring first, and then have the Rock versus the
Yeah, I thought that should have been the main event. Instead, they wanted to focus on the McMahons versus Stone Cold.
No, but like I'm talking, like even with the King of the Ring, like why not finish off the King of the Ring first? Because now you're kind of like getting everybody's focus.
No, because I think I think they wanted to give him time to rest.
Oh, okay.
Because remember before the Rock Undertaker match, they finished the semifinals.
That makes sense. Yeah, and that probably explains why they ended that fight even longer, giving him more time or heal up.
But I just thought overall the entire tournament was just stupid. It was lame.
Yeah. It was underwhelming compared to the Rock versus Undertaker. That was the most entertaining fight. But
all right, so next up was go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. I mean, you got King Asin. That's it. I mean, no confetti, no fireworks. It didn't feel like.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised they didn't even give him like a crown, because normally they give him like a crown.
Right. Like, where's this crown and robe?
All right, so next was the main event. You had the McMahons, Vince and Shane versus Stone Cold in a ladder match. So the key to this match was that the winner, there was a briefcase over the ring, so they'd climb up the ladder and get the briefcase. Whoever got the briefcase will be the owner of the WWF. So if the McMahons win, that means they get to keep the company and the family. If Stone Cold won, that means he becomes the owner of the WWF. So the storyline was that Shane McMahon, he was like sick or whatever, so he couldn't fight. So Vince McMahon tried to hire Steve Blackman to be his tag team partner. Only problem was that they showed Shane McMahon on the security camera, chopping it up with his homeboys, saying that he was faking his sickness the whole time. So Shawn Michaels made him, told Steve Blackman to go back in the locker room and made Shane McMahon fight in the match. And so it was an okay match. I mean, as you would expect, like Stone Cold beat the shit out of both of them. But then when Stone Cold was climbing up to get the briefcase, like some mystery guy raised the briefcase up so Stone Cold couldn't reach it. And then when Shane McMahon climbed up to get the briefcase, all of a sudden somebody lowered the briefcase, and Shane McMahon was able. And so the McMahons, they get to keep ownership of the WWF. And so that match was 17 minutes long. Like I said, to me, it was the second best match of the night. But what were your thoughts on the McMahons versus Stone Cold?
I thought the moment that the briefcase started lifting up, I thought that was a bullshit fight, and I already knew the McMahons were going to win. Because there was
I knew the McMahons were going to win before the show even started.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way Stone Cold, they were going to make Stone Cold have full ownership and power towards the whole WWE, especially after his board meeting. All he drink is beer.
Oh yeah. No, it was funny too how when he was lecturing the secretary. Is that how you answer the phone? That's how you answer the phone. Let me show you how you answer the phone. What the hell do you want?
Yeah.
Yes. That's how you answer the phone. Yeah. So that's how you answer the phone.
This redneck, hillbilly, possible, inappropriate, CEO. So, and not only that, Stone Cold comes out with a tie and some shorts and shit. He just comes out with one tie. That's it. Just wearing a tie.
A tie and a t-shirt.
Tie and t-shirt. So I thought it was pretty funny. So they turned this into one big joke. Yeah, I mean, there's no way they were gonna prolong the story of Stone Cold. I think that making Stone Cold not commissioner but CEO in the beginning was just to kind of hype up the King of the Ring pay-per-view.
But see, to me, it was unnecessary only because Undertaker and The Rock should have been the main event, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
to me, the storyline with the Stone Cold and the McMahons, there was really no point because, as we both said, we already knew the McMahons were going to win because there's no way, Stone Cold's going to be like have full ownership of the WWF.
Yeah.
And then the tournament itself was just boring. All right, so this writer Kevin. What's his name again? Kevin Pinota. He's a writer for 411 Mania. It's a wrestling website. They basically they're basically wrestling critics. A wrestling critic seems like to be the easiest job to have. Like your only job is to watch wrestling and write about it.
Yeah, that's it's something we do, except we don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Poor us.
So his beef with this show was that he said that much like we said, he said that the King of the Ring pay-per-view, the King of the Ring tournament was it sucked. He said it sucked. He said that Mr. Ass was by far the worst King of the Ring winner ever. He said none of his matches were any good, and that out of all the King of the Ring winners, like Mr. Ass didn't really go anywhere. Like he never became champion, never really got a serious push. He thought the Higher Pirate storyline with the McMahons and Austin was stupid. The only good match was Rock versus Undertaker, but even with that, he said that the Rock versus Undertaker, it was by far the best match that those two had together. But the only problem was that he agreed with me that the match was overbooked. Like it was way too much stuff going on. He took out the whole like Triple H stuff. He to him didn't make any sense. So overall, he gave the 1999 King of the Ring 1.5 stars out of 5.
That's a low score.
Yeah, 1.5 out of 5. I'll say this because we reviewed the 1999 Royal Rumble. So this is now 2 pay-per-views in the year 1999 that were ranked the worst. And I think the problem with both, I think both shows have the same problem, and that is whoever the writer was at the time, he didn't know that, okay, instead of taking like a couple ideas and put them into the show, he tried to fit everything into one show. Like the problem he has is the same problem that Zack Snyder had with like Dawn of Justice. Like the premise is good, but then like Zack Snyder, what fucked up the movie was that he took like 5 movies worth of ideas and put them all in one movie.
When he could have made like a five-part movie.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
And I feel like with this King of the Ring, like whoever the writer was, like he took, since wrestling is every week, he took like maybe like 5 or 6 episodes of Raw and SmackDown and shoved them all into the King of the Ring show.
Yeah.
Because like some of that shit, I feel like he could have saved that for like Raw or SmackDown. Like not all of it had to be in the King of the Ring pay-per-view.
And it would have been cool because then they could have made more money with pay-per-view, because now you definitely have to watch. I mean, especially if you have like a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah, you definitely have to watch like Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, you could have, if you have like a good cliffhanger, then you're definitely going to get people intrigued to want to get hyped up for the next chapter.
Now, do you agree with him that Mr. Ass was a bad choice to win King of the Ring?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone should have won King of the Ring, it's Kane. Maybe.
Yeah, I thought Kane or Big Show would have been more believable.
Yeah. Even Big Show. I mean, Big Show would have been, especially a man of his stature. Like he looks like a freaking king. He looks like the Mountain from Game of Thrones. So.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like the Mountain. Actually, he might be slightly larger. I don't know if he's taller than the Mountain.
If he was younger, I think he could have played the Mountain.
I think he could have played, or Clegane. Sir Clegane. Sir Clegane. Wait, is it Clegane or Clegane?
I just call him the Hound.
The Hound. Or Clegane, whatever. That's a tongue twister. But yeah. But either way, yeah, actually it would have been a perfect mountain. Or actually Bane. No, not Bane. Or no, he could have been Blob. He could have played the perfect Blob from X-Men.
I could see it more as a Juggernaut because he has the height to be Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, but he doesn't have like that physique though. Like he doesn't have that muscular. I think Kane would have been a good Juggernaut. He had that physique, like the muscular physique. Because Juggernaut's not like round. You know, he's pretty built. He has like a bodybuilder build.
But so you agree with this writer though that Mr. Ass was a bad choice for King of the Ring?
Absolutely, 100%.
Now, and another beef that the writer had, and it's actually a beef that I had. Well, I didn't know it was a problem because I forgot all about it as a kid, or I just didn't pay attention as a kid. But the beef that the writer had was that so the show ended with the cliffhanger. JR leaves the air saying like, who raised the briefcase? Because remember Stone Cold trying to reach up for the briefcase and somebody rose it up so you couldn't reach it. And then somebody brought it back down so Shane could reach it. So that was the cliffhanger, like who was the mysterious person who raised the briefcase? And according to this writer, 20 years later, the WWE still has not answered that question.
Oh shit.
It's like they forgot about their own storyline. It's like they just forgot.
Hey, it wasn't the wife of Mrs. McMahon?
Linda
McMahon?
We don't know. It's like they forgot. They never told us who the mysterious person was.
Lucy got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
to do.
Like 20 years later, we still don't know. Everybody involved is retired. You know, Shane's like 50 something now. Vince is like in his late 70s, and we still don't know. We still don't know.
Cool, man.
So so he gave this show 1.5 stars out of 5. I'm actually going to agree with him. I agree. I give it 1 star. He's actually nicer than me. I'm gonna give this show 1 star out of 5. What do you give it?
I give it a 1 star.
Right, so he gave it a 1.5 star. So he was nicer than us.
He's nicer. We should get paid more.
And at least he didn't bitch about it like the other writer. That's 3 hours of my life I can never get back.
Yeah, 3 hours of my life that I'm getting paid for that I can never get back. It's a job, stupid.
So why do I gotta rewatch WrestleMania 2? How come somebody else can't rewatch it?
Yeah.
All right, so there we have it, King of the Ring, 1999. Somebody out there, please call the Mystery Machine and let's solve that mystery. It's been 21 years. Who raised the briefcase? Who raised the briefcase? We want to know.
Who raised the briefcase?
No, somebody call Vince McMahon. We need to tell me we need to finish that storyline. So let's bring Stone Cold out of retirement and let's finish that storyline.
Yeah.
Who raised that briefcase? JR wants to know.
I think King also wants to know.
Yeah. We've waited 21 years. Let's figure this shit out.
We need an answer.
Yeah. We can't live until we get an answer. We can't move on. All right, so that is our review for the 1999 King of the Ring. You can follow us on Facebook and Tumblr on Solo Ant. Also, too, you can find us on YouTube on Solo Ant. You can listen to our podcast on all platforms where podcasts can be heard. You can find me on Instagram at ExpectedAnt, and you can find me on Twitter at ExpectedAnt. No shout-outs today because Romeo has to go somewhere. But Romeo, where can they find you?
Aubrey Freely _81. Don't you know?
Yeah, I'll fuck her. Cause China's fucking hot, bro.
Y'all fuck China. Shit. I don't care if she got muscles.
Yeah, she's fucking hot, bro.
And if you don't fuck her, you're gay.
Yeah. Like fuck Trish Stratus. I want China.
I need a real woman man.
Yeah.
A woman man.
I need a woman with muscle. I want my woman with 0% body fat.
All right, guys. Well, that's it.
That's it, man. We are out. Peace.
Have a good weekend. Peace.
I'm an ass man. Yeah, I'm an ass man.